I love the opportunity to, wear my flag scarf and my red, white, and blue, and to celebrate the fact that this nation has given us so much. Just this morning, Leah was telling me about having visited in South America and how much poverty there was and how she didn't feel safe. And we are so blessed. So blessed. Our July's theme is revealing wholeness, and today's topic is declare your independence. Declare your independence. So I'm here this morning to invite you to declare your independence from anything that does not serve you. Declare your independence from any old habits, any old thoughts, so that you can absolutely feel and realize and live from that place of wholeness. And I know that as we do that, there is even more hope for our country. On July 4th, 1776, 242 years ago, the Declaration of Independence was signed in Philadelphia at what is now Independence Hall. Things were not always really easy then, and it was signed by the 13 American colonies who were declaring their independence from British rule that had been very oppressive, including taxation without representation. And so what they did is these 13 states, they declared that each of them was a separate sovereign state. We were not the United States at that time, but that was the beginning. That was the beginning that laid the groundwork for those United States to come together and then grow into what we know it is today. The most famous words from that declaration are, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, but I'm wondering why my clicker isn't working." Okay. Okay, I might need you to... Darn. Oh. I'm going to turn it off and on and see if that's going to help. Nope. Okay. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, back then, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness were considered to be unalienable rights for only some people, primarily white men. Now, since then, many people have worked to extend those rights to us, to women, to people of various nationalities that come from different places. But that wasn't the way it was originally. As individuals and as a nation, nope, it's still not going to... when I go, Sandy, you'll need to watch me because pretty soon there's going to be some things that are going to be quicker. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As individuals and as a nation, we are definitely a work in progress. Now, healing in our individual lives and in the lives of our communities and nation, that has to do with us realizing and acting from a place of realizing that we are all connected, that we are all in this together. We are all vitally important in our nation. And there is that one energy, that one essence that runs through us. I mean, we can call it God, we can call it Spirit, we can call it whatever we want to, but it's there. There's that thing nestled within each one of us, that divine flame that Leah spoke of, that is within us, that wants to flame and grow. There's a power, there's a perfection, there's a goodness in the universe, and we can open to it even more. But, it's kind of like water. Up in the mountains, there's so much sweet, fresh water, and we can put in pipes and bring it down so it comes into our houses. But if the pipes are plugged up, the water can't get through. no matter what happens, unless those pipes are open and clear, you're going to get maybe just a trickle and maybe not any at all. And you know, spirit is like that. Universal good is like that. It's life and godness. That's the sweet water, folks, that we want, that we need, that we thrive on. But unless we stay open, because it's always ready to flow to us and in us and through us and around us and for us, walk beside us. Unless we keep this heart, keep our heart, our mind open, we really don't get to take advantage of it nearly as much. So as much good can flow to us as we will allow. And of course that's determined. We get to control that by our thoughts and our actions and our words. We can say we believe in abundance, but you know, if we really believe in abundance, are we going to be struggling to make ends meet? If we're really allowing that flow of abundance through us, are we going to be afraid and have to hold on to what we have and not share? I don't think so. I mean, we need to live this, live our beliefs. So how much good we allow, how much good of God's good we allow to flow through us is absolutely dependent upon our openness. How much of Spirit's joy? How much of life's love? All of this. And what limiting thoughts can keep us from that? Because, of course, this is all ideal, but for most of us, you know, there's some things that get in the pipes a little bit, and we get to take a look at that. We can block that flow of sweet water by thinking there's not enough to go around. By believing that, if I have enough, everybody else isn't going to have enough. Because there isn't enough to go around. We can block it, of course, and some of us do, by thoughts like, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm not educated enough, I'm not strong enough, I am not blah, 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 this or that. You can fill in the blanks. So many forms of I'm not good enough. So many forms of I am not enough. I don't know if any of you have ever been affected by that, but I certainly have been. Now, July's theme is revealing wholeness. We're not creating wholeness here. We're not becoming whole. We're revealing that wholeness that is already within us. As spiritual beings, as our deep soul selves, we've been told that we're divine, that we're perfect, that we're complete, that we're whole. And that's the truth. We are enough. I'm enough. You are enough as you are, for you are made of godness 100%. Now, I don't believe that God or Spirit or Creator or whatever you want to call it, I don't believe that it cares what we choose. It has given us choices. It has set us here with a full banquet table, and we can choose whatever we want. I don't believe that there's a God that says, this is good and this is bad. I absolutely don't believe that if our country institutes new tariffs that God is going to say, that's good, bad, or, that's good. But what happens is in our national life, in our community life, we get to accept and deal with the consequences. Because consequences are real. Consequences are real. It's not a punishment from God if we experience something that's a challenge in our lives. It is, of course, a growing place, and we all get to grow from those places. But good and bad are human constructs. but we are always experiencing the consequences, the results of our choices. Now, humanity is in the midst of something big now. And I believe our country is in the midst of something big, don't you think? I mean, wow. It's big. But what I think we're in the midst of is evolution. Evolution. Because we're consciously, or we're co-creating, we're not so consciously co-creating on a national level at this point, but we are co-creating what we're experiencing, what we're seeing in the news, what we're hearing on the radio, what we're reading in the news, what we're seeing people experience. This is what we are all creating together, all of us. So just as we co-create our individual lives, drawing in joy, drawing in love, drawing in challenge, drawing in all of the things that we draw in, we're also doing that in our communities, in our nation, and absolutely in our world. We've been given absolute power by Spirit to choose the direction of our lives and of where our country is going to go. And the choices that we make will impact our children, our grandchildren, future generations. What we choose, each one of us, and how we choose to carry that consciousness is important. So, will we reveal the highest and best of humanity? Will we be the ones to further evolution, or are we going to keep humanity stuck in this same place of the good guys and the bad guys, the haves and the have-nots, the ones in power and those who have no power or very little? It's totally up to us. Ernest Holmes wrote, "No greater good can come to you than to know that the power already within you is the power to live, the power to create. Not only to create for yourself, but to create for others. The power to do good, the power to heal, the power to prosper." And a question that comes is, and you can go to the next slide. The question that comes is, do we really believe in a world that works for everybody? Is that really what we want? And I think that's an important question, because how we act in the world depends upon our answer to that question. Do we really believe, do we really want a world that works for everyone and for all of life? Now, lots of people these days I talk to say they want peace. Anybody here? Okay. I know that there are lots of folks out there that are really into the energy of conflict, that are really into the energy of blaming and calling others out for who they are or what they believe in. But actually, a lot of people are wanting peace. Now, what if those of us who want peace declared our independence from the contention and strife that's going on around us? What if we refuse to be drawn into the battle that seems to be going around, but we still were able to stay in contact with that inner voice, that inner wisdom, enough that we can do what we're called to do, but to do it in peace? Because the energy that we do something with is what is creating. So if we are resisting, fighting, then that's the energy we're putting out there. Because, we talked about this last week. Energy is real. Energy is absolutely real. And the energy that we put out affects those around us, and those around them, and those around them. and on and on. So now I'm going to be pretty quick. What if we declared our independence from blaming? And what if we declared our independence from bullying and gossiping and complaining? Now, I love what Jack Nicklaus said, the golfer. He said that if he heard players complaining about the course in a tournament, when they're in the locker room, if he heard them complaining, he knew they weren't going to be any competition. He knew that as long as their energy was going into complaining, that they wouldn't be able to play their best golf, and his chances were even better. And don't you know, and think about this, some people that you would just love to have claim their independence from whining? Yeah, we don't want to be putting that energy out there. So what if we choose peace in the midst of chaos? What if we commit to our spiritual practices, to our prayer and meditation and contemplation, to those things that bring us back to a place of peace? What if we started each day from that place so that we could walk out into the world and listen to our guidance and be clear without doing it from a place of anger or fear or angst? As you look closely at your life, might you be ready to declare your independence from the limiting beliefs that have held you back? Maybe those beliefs of not enough money, not enough time, not enough love, not enough friends, not enough whatever, fill in the blank. As we declare our independence from those beliefs of not enoughness, we are able to open up to the wholeness that lives within us, to the Godness that has come here to express as each one of us. And then as we make different choices, coming from that place of peace, coming from that place of centeredness, as we make different choices, we will see something different in our lives individually. And we will see something different in the life of our nation. Now, there's a tipping point. I mean, what we experience on a national level is what we are communally all putting into the pot. It's not just one of us that can change it, and every one of us can make a difference. Every one of us can make a difference. So would you like to know how to experience delightful surprises in your life and miracles this week? Yes. Well, okay. Let's do some of that. Because this is the kind of thing that we can do, that we can take with us during the week, that can keep us grounded and keep us in that place of being open to the wholeness expressing in, through, and as us. So take a deep breath. You may want to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And imagine that around you there is a beautiful light. It's the perfect color for you. Even the perfect texture and temperature. This energy may even have a sweet sound. It may have a pleasant fragrance. Whatever this energy is like for you, this light of the divine, imagine it around you. Imagine it infusing you, penetrating your body and being deep into your soul. Now know that this light, this energy surrounds you at all times, whether you're aware of it or not. It is here for you. Imagine that this energy has miracles and delightful surprises in store for you today and in the coming week. And imagine that this energy magically has all of the resources and all of the connections that need to be made to bring these miracles and surprises and delights into your life. Miracles. Delightful surprises. Go ahead and feel the anticipation. Imagine your vehicle being filled with this energy that wants to give you good. Imagine your home being filled with this sweet energy. Imagine that it surrounds you as you sleep, as you shower, as you eat. Imagine your workplace or workspace being filled with this energy that wants only your good. This energy that will say yes to whatever it is you claim, knowing that you deserve it. Now, know that each of you hearing my voice will have different miracles and different surprises, because all of this is individualized, individually crafted to bring you joy and satisfaction, to make you even more effective in your life and in your service. So what miracle are you open to in your life? What miracle are you open to? Imagine that it's yours now. A new unexpected source of income or friendship, it's yours. New opportunities or a higher level of health or greater creative expression, it's yours. Feel it as if it is already yours. What you're doing here is powerful, and you can know that there's nothing you need to do to force your miracle or miracles to show up. You don't need to struggle. You don't need to strain. You have set this in motion, planted the seed. You can relax and let your life unfold in an organic way, knowing that there are surprises in store for you. So feel yourself moving through your week with your heart and your eyes and your ears and your mind wide open. Wide open for the guidance, wide open for the blessings. And declare your receptivity, your willingness to receive all of the good that is here for you. And now take a couple of nice big breaths. Bring your awareness back to the room as you open your eyes. And notice the affirmation that's on the screen. It says, I am open and receptive to the miracles and blessings that are here for me now and always. Say that with me. I am open and receptive to the miracles and blessings that are here for me now and always. Once more. I am open and receptive to the miracles and blessings that are here for me now and always. So, are you ready to declare your independence from all that no longer serves you?
Yeah.
Are you willing to open to and live from your wholeness, your goodness, your godness, your beauty?
Yes.
And are you ready to shine your light and be a beneficial presence in the world?
Yes.
I want to say thank you to all of you for that. And now, as practitioners, stand with me in high consciousness. Let's take that into prayer. Right here, right now, we are surrounded by that essence of good. We are surrounded by that creative expression that can turn into anything for us. We open our hearts, letting go of anything that gets in the way, anything that plugs up the pipes, allowing Spirit's sweet water to flow to us and through us, around us and for us, guiding us, loving us, supporting us. And so I absolutely know that as each of us goes through this week, that those miracles, those delightful surprises, those joyful events and connections just show up for us synchronistically. And so I declare an openness to joy, openness to whatever is ours, an openness to guidance so that each of us knows what is ours to do, what action we might take, how we might feed our souls to put the kind of energy that we want into the world and into our nation. And so we are supported in that. All that we need has already been supplied. All the information, all the resources. And so we move forth saying yes to opening our lives to more grandeur, saying yes to putting the energy out into our country that is an energy of hope and healing, evolving, creating a world that works for everyone and for all of life. I'm so grateful that we don't have to figure out how this is going to happen. I'm so grateful that this thing that I call God has all the connections and all of the information and all of the resources and is providing it for us now and going forward. And so knowing that this is true, I know that all that I have spoken is true for each person hearing my voice. I claim faith. I claim our ability and our willingness to act. I claim our wholeness. Knowing that that's the truth, I simply let it go. I let it unfold. I let it be. And so it is.